Hey guys. Okay. So we have the latest sort of bullshit about Megan, these damn kids, Harry, how he looked at that playoffs game in LA. Um, Very bizarre behavior. And he was with, guided press. He was there specifically for press photos to show that, hey man, he's cool. He's like Spike Lee. He's like Beyonce and Jay Z. This guy doesn't give a shit about basketball. He's like 40 some years old. Am I right? Isn't he? And 41 or some shit. And it's like, this isn't like, wow. I don't think in the UK you walk through a neighborhood and see at any given time neighborhood kids, teenagers. They have a group maybe that they get together, they play basketball, they're really good. I've dealt with basketball teams, let me see, for Marquette, I believe, and soccer and all that. Soccer really wasn't big until a lot of the boomers started having kids, and their kids were too the Vaseline injured to play football or basketball, so they went into soccer, which I know can be hard and it's skill, but that wasn't even a thing when I was growing up. Um, all of a sudden, it became a thing, you know, for the people I used to get coffee for anyway. I'm a very late boomer, um, but I was still in high school in the '70s, so at any rate, what I'm saying is, I'm not. I, I know what I'm talking about. And okay, so he doesn't know anything. Do you think he sits around and follows the team every night? Has whatever the name of the team is over there, they keep Lakers. I don't know. Are they still in LA? Um, See, this is what I'm saying. I should know, but they move the teams around all the time, and you think he has a schedule on his fridge and he's going to FanDuel to bet on a game? Probably not. You know, well, that's not his culture, and I really don't think that. I don't know it's just more like hate watching, as Maureen Callahan would say, which is kind of a negative way to put it. Um, so the latest is that here. Let me see if I can pull an article up. Well, okay. Teresa Longo fan account, exclusive with a fire emoji. Future King William actively protected from brother by the firm aides and officials. Okay. Sources say William is never able to be in his brother's presence. Evermore. Evermore. Okay. Anymore? Evermore? Okay. I mean, who's telling William what to do? He doesn't seem like the type that would say, "Oh, okay, yeah, got it. 10-4. Okie dokie, Commander. Yes, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir." I don't think so. I mean, because he's like the second top dog, right? Unless if you want to consider Camilla to be like if Charles died, Camilla would not take over. Although she might try. I don't know. Would she? Probably not. Um. Okay. Continuing on. I think that sounds like bullshit, but people have perhaps recommended this to him. Staff do not mention it. Well, the staff is not supposed to talk about shit like that, but how did this get out? You know what I'm saying? Additionally, attempted correspondence is screened and promptly blocked. Well, I don't know about that either. I think if anyone blocks Harry, it's William himself. I mean, Harry just like blew his wad, man. Like he's weird. Um his beard and baseball cap and his t-shirt hanging out, or his t-shirt and his femme jeans, they don't do a shit for me. With his low cut jeans that Megan probably picks out for him. She probably lays his clothes out because he looks so sloppy. He looks as sloppy as she does. And I posted a reply to one of these people here with a picture. I actually didn't want to post it, but I mean, we can. I mean, those children, okay. There is more. Some of you already know, like the fact that correspondence is screened. From his brother, though? Wow. Um, I don't know about that. I think, hang on one second. If his correspondence is, of course, screened, I would assume. Uh, Maybe it isn't. I mean, he has a secretary that goes through his stuff, I'm assuming, right? And then he goes on his duties and all that jazz and his charities and whatnot. Oh, why the fuck is Thomas Markle trending? Oh, for God's sakes. Why do people empathize and sympathize for this guy? Have I asked anyone to sympathize for me, sympathize with me, or ask for sympathy or a GoFundMe? I'm thinking of it. I could, I suppose. Yeah. You know, um, he brought that on himself. All of his health problems. Um, so anyway, some of this, as you already know, like the fact that, okay, the most interesting part is the wording used from this source. Who's the source? The words that William is protected from. Almost as if he's protected from contact antics and potential threats. Well, I don't know if William would probably be embarrassed to see that, because I think he's capable of handling himself. And don't forget, the guy did get military I can't even speak. Military training. He is a trained person in the British Army. I think he knows how to take care of himself. Plus, he's in excellent shape. So, I don't know. Are people going to lunge at him with knives over there? You guys don't have guns. We have all this weird false flaggy shooter stuff going on here. I don't know where that's coming from. Most of it, I think, is bogus, but I'm just going to let it go. It's not what this video is about. Okay. So, Suzanne Brompton, who I guess I follow. Oh, okay. Yeah. If somebody follows me, I follow them back. Sources say, but you don't even need sources to agree. Just Harry should never be anywhere near William again. I don't think William wants anything to do with the guy. I know if it were me, I would not. Or if it was me. Is it were or was? I don't know. Okay. If it was me, I guess. you know, I personally would, I would say, hey, fuck you and fuck you. You're not getting shit from me, you ungrateful little prick. Now, his dad, on the other hand, who knows? He's going through chemotherapy or cancer treatment or monoclonal antibody therapy infusions for cancer, and that's what is given now. Pretty standard across the board for almost everything. In conjunction with chemo, he seemed fine in the U.S. and he snubbed his son. Could his son have made a secret trip out to DC or out east to visit his dad for even an hour? Probably. But on the other hand, if you've got a schedule to follow, you need rest. You're there with your spouse. You need to eat. You need to take care of yourself and shower and make sure you look good and, that type of thing. So there's that. I think I met someone once that was a busboy or a bellboy when Prince William was in New York, or no, Prince, not William. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll think of it. Okay, never mind that. H called W his arch nemesis, and considering H fantasized about sending King Charles 6 feet under. Okay, so that's like where you're going into mental illness. One can only imagine how he fantasizes to attend William's funeral. Psycho. Probably. But they're not that far apart. I think they're only like 2 years apart, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? 3 years apart. I don't know if just Harry will outlive William. He looks really bad. How old is he? Again, I don't know. Oh my God. So he's 41, born in 85. Wow, have they ever jazzed up his search, huh? So 82. Okay. 43. Okay. So there is a 2 year difference there. You've got one who's 41 who was that it? 41? I'll tell you, he looks older. Wow. June 21st. He's got a birthday coming up. Okay. So he's see with when I search on Prince William, it comes, what are his no? Okay, it comes up like that. For just Harry, notice the difference? It is, oh, he's so wonderful. He's a duke, don't you know? See? September 15th. Okay, so his birthday is coming up. So, a couple years apart, in a few months. What is he doing with the double finger sign up? That's so satanic. He's so weird. Why do they show him with hair? He doesn't have hair. Okay? Why does he have sprouts? He's bald, okay? He's fucking, look at this. You can see where the AI is. This is to the point of it makes me so pissed off. I mean, he's just, his hair doesn't look like that. Well, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. Is bald. He is too. I mean, he is totally bald. And it even asks what his name is. Yeah, it's Henry. We know. Did it really happen? From what I'm seeing, no. This is his head. I mean, no. And the straggly stuff on the bottom looks bad too. I would just get a buzz cut. And it's even less than this. He looks ridiculous wearing women's bracelets. I don't care who gave it to him. He looks stupid. Harry's bald patch has doubled this year. Huh. You know who he looks like is uh, Prince Philip. He looks like Prince Philip. He is definite. People say, "Oh no, um, uh, Di had an affair with so and so, and her grandchildren have the recessive red hair gene and all this crap." You know what I say about that? I say bullshit. Her features are way, way too. Oh my god! You know we're gonna have to. This is a good one. Um, let's screenshot this, shall we? Um, okay. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have to. But I mean, this is Prince Philip, and that's who I was thinking of that stayed at a hotel in New York. And I can't. It's gonna come to me who told me this. All right. Oh, I know somebody that was working at Sonesta. Yeah, who's quite professional. All right. So I want to show you something I saw. Um, Tom Markle with Megan in a backpack or whatever. Is that how a backpack as a child? Now, what'll come up is Megan on that trail with that fake baby. Just watch. Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to believe. No, 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 no. No way, no how. Oh, I can't stand these people. Um, I mean, this is an ugly family. And none of these ugly genes came out in these kids? I don't think so. Look at the size of this one. Holy shit. Um, I'm asking for pictures of Tom Markle, and all I get is her. I have to somehow, the algorithm only works if I put in Thomas. There was a picture floating around somewhere. Always trying to get money and get changed by sitting in a hospital bed. And then all I get is shit with Megan again. Wow. Wow. It's all her. Holy fuck, does she have the algorithms? That's what she does all day. She fucks with the algorithms. Holy crap. Um, wow. Still, I get a picture, two pictures of that bitch. Okay. So he was born in July. He's having a birthday coming up here. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much longer that dude's going to make it. I really don't. With one amputation, probably another 5 years is my guess. Uh, But I have a picture somewhere in my downloads I can put up or whatever. Okay, I just don't want to go through all that. I think I have personal information on that I really don't want to put out. But there was a picture of her with her dad. His hair was either dyed black or was very, very dark brown. He has very distinctive features. He had a beard, and he's only about 5'6". I don't believe he's even 5'7". So I want you to picture this, and he's that big. Um, Height. And people always add a little bit to their height, Um, let's see. Should we do a brave on this one? Again, I get pictures of her. I just want his height. Here are 9 things to know about him. 5'7". He is not 5'7", especially now. But okay, so apparently he's the same height as Meghan, which doesn't make sense since he looks taller, which means she's shorter. So this is getting boring now. Okay, so I wanted to read an article which I have now lost, and because I couldn't really believe it. Ah, uh, let's see. It was at the Express. Is that what it is? Okay, here it is. So I had it bookmarked. It'll come up. Oh, for God's sakes. Poll. Should Meghan Markle stay in the U.S. when Prince Harry visits next month? Now, the article I had up prior to this, if I can get to it, crap. Okay, so here we go. Meghan suddenly wants to be back in the UK, but she's made a huge misjudgment. Okay. I have to look at more pictures. It just. And then they have to pay for the, copyright for the Getty picture. The girl is constantly monetizing and fucking with the algos. That is her job. Whoever she works for, she wants to make it. And that's what these people do. That's what these coders do. That's what all these computer people do at these data centers. They're just constantly plugging in information. Okay. Now we're going to end up having to go through the same BS again, so I will paraphrase this. Okay, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are energized. By what? Oh, the Sussexes are reported to be returning to the UK. But if they believe their return could finally spark half-in, half-out dream, they have another thing coming. What? Yeah, they're trying to just shake the money tree. Honey, they're just there to shake down King Charles. Because that's all she's about. That's all she ever was about. Because she has some sort of a megalomania. She has some sort of a narcissistic personality disorder. She's just not a normal human being. She doesn't have empathy. She doesn't care. People say, well, why aren't you with your father? But because she cares only about herself and controlling that dude she's with. As far as the children go, man, that chick does not have kids that look like that. I am telling you, there is no way. Hang on 1 minute. Okay. Well, it's Friday night, and I decided I'm having a beer. What time is it? Let's see. All right, 9 o'clock. We can. Okay. So, hang on. So that's okay. Maybe just a couple sips, and then I'll put it in the fridge. So let me get a small glass here. So they're energized. By what? By what? Harry going to a basketball game? Did you see him stretching his neck at that game? I mean, what in God's name was that? Okay. But if they believe their return could finally spark their half in, half out dream, that again, I don't even know what it is, but I'm not British, so I think that just sounds stupid. This shit's been going on for 6 fucking years now, okay? They've been married for what, 8, 9? Shit's gotten old. Nobody cares about them anymore. Don't they understand? That's something she needs to get through her head. No one cares. She has paid bots that work on the algos and post shit. And God knows where they're from. I don't think they're from the US. I don't think they're from the UK. Who cares? Okay. You know, who knows? I'm sure they're paid bots. She is the most dull, boring person on the planet. The way Princess Diana has been portrayed recently, also, or the last few years, is really a freak out for me because she never was, from what I remember, from what, 1979, 1980, when she first was on the scene. I don't remember her ever being, oh, I'm down, I'm depressed. Her son is. Look what he's stuck with. A big, huge lie. All right. So, Megxit, thank you for using my term. I tried to get copyright on it with an attorney, but they thought I was bullshitting and never called me back. Fine. Was sparked after they demanded a unique hybrid model of being financially independent, working royals in the UK and US. Why would a working royal be recognized in the United States? And what does she do here? She doesn't work here. She posts, quite frankly, shitty looking stuff on Insta. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's not trendy. It's not what is popular or trendy right now, even in LA right now. From what I understand, the carnivore craze is going on in old vegan places right now. So, okay, continuing. Well, they wanted to rake in cash from their new Sussex brand. Whatever. Okay. Which is jelly? With an exasperated sigh, the late Queen Elizabeth ruled their half-in, half-out proposal unworkable, as one cannot commercially trade on royal status while still serving the crown. It doesn't make sense because we don't recognize that here. And then, do you guys remember when Lady C was talking about her running for office and shit? Are you kidding? No one even likes her. Her speech at that UN thing, that was like, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? It just was, she was unnatural. She tried too hard. She was clearly exhausted. She didn't look good. She looked older than her age, and she looked dark, and it was like a funeral, like tombstones with cell phones. Is that energizing to you, or does that upset you or make you kind of like freak out? There were like 10 people there, and then I saw some edited clips where they added a few people in that stopped for maybe like a second and moved on. But there were people were not even looking at her. And that was in front of the UN building. Somewhere in Switzerland or something, or Geneva, or I don't even remember. This is how uneventful it was. And I did a video on it. Somewhere in Europe. Sorry, Europeans. Harry, 41, and his actress wife, Meghan, 44. Are rumored to be flying into Birmingham this summer to launch this year's countdown to the 2027 Invictus Games, which will take place in Britain's second city. Okay. I don't know what second city means. Okay. Meghan has not been back to the UK since 2022 for the late Queen's funeral. But friends claim she is now energized and orchestrating a high-powered return alongside her husband. High-powered. Return, a high-powered return. They're going to have crowds on demand. They're screaming. They are going to pipe applause in over the loudspeakers. Very easy to do. Very easy to manipulate these photos. Okay. And they're going to put people in the crowd just like they did at the walkabout for Queen Elizabeth at Windsor Castle. And that's the reason why Catherine and William had to get their asses down there, because they knew she was going to start pulling stunts to make herself look popular and adored. There were people you could see the whole thing happening. I did a video on it. I don't know where the hell it is right now. Okay. Friends claim she is now okay, I already did that. High-powered return. I'm on the floor, for fuck's sake. People close to Meghan say Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's troubles. Can't we just call him Prince Andrew? What the fuck? Okay. Andrew. Oh, this kills me. This little paragraph here. This is planted by her people. Have only strengthened her resolve, adding she feels vindicated. There's a sense of, we tried to tell you. What does that mean? What she was trying to get messages to the Queen about Andrew? And if so, how would you know unless you were there? Because you were living in some cottage. Then you were kicked out of Kensington Palace because you were trying to get Andrew out of there, or expose Andrew, the Queen's son. This is weird. Okay. And who knows? I thought it was a hoax. So what is this all about? Okay. I don't understand what that means. We tried to tell you. Hey, what? Yeah. I tried to tell you. I don't think anything they had to say had any clout with anyone. I mean, who the hell's going to listen to some chick that comes on the scene for a year and a half and fakes a fucking pregnancy and comes out pretending to be fake pregnant at at Princess Eugenie's wedding in October of 2018. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Okay. I'm sorry, I just need to get this out because I'm seeing these comments on Twitter and it's just bullshit. I know it's called X. People close to Meghan say Andrew's troubles have only strengthened her resolve. She feels vindicated. There's a sense of, I already said that. Oh. For From afar, they have watched the downfall of the House of York. But they already had their downfall, like right away. Would you call the House of Sussex down in L.A. in a kitchen with dirty pots and pans hanging while she's trying to film an Instagram photo off a video off her phone? Is that? That sounds to me like her house is coming down, and that's an old kitchen too. I mean, I don't mind a classic kind of kitchen like that, but I don't know. I mean, when I saw those pots and pans with the dirt on them, I just was like, what is this? And I said, it's no. I mean, it looked dirty, and it probably is. It's not sleek, it's not clean. It doesn't look like a place where someone who's a lifestyle coach would be filming. That's why she does all her stuff on some white IKEA countertop thing somewhere in Beverly Hills or Montecito or some shit. I mean, she could easily just set up a little sound stage somewhere in her house, but I don't know what's going on there. I mean, she should be working on her home to build it to be the best place for her and her family. But instead, it just she's not. She's plugging herself. She's working on algos, and she's eating and drinking. I'm assuming. Um, okay, so the downfall of the House of York and the pressure ramp up on his older sibling, Prince William, to sort the mess. Meanwhile, they are probably relieved to be 5,500 miles away in California. We don't want to be with your mess. We do want to be royals, and we do want to be working royals in the UK, but that's your shit to worry about, William. We don't want any part of a problem. We just want to promote ourselves. I don't understand. They're probably relieved. No, I think that relieved. Does Prince Harry look happy, healthy, thriving, and to be in a good place? No, she looks horrible. She's in horrible shape. Her face looks older than what she really is. She doesn't seem to have any inner happiness, and those kids are not real. Plus, and I'm going to go ahead and say this again. I am no fan of Tom Markle, but no matter how hard it is, whatever went down between these two, because something had to trigger this. And no, I don't believe anything, written. So my thought is something happened. My guess is he was trying to take advantage of her financially, as that entire family was. And it just didn't fit the mold. The white, fat, 5'6", 500-pound daddy didn't fit the mold of the image of her being a black chick from the hood. And she's not. Her father won 2 Emmys. He worked for PBS in Chicago. I don't believe she ever graduated from Northwestern. No, I don't think that picture floating around is her. It looks like a bunch of AI and doesn't even look like her. And her face is not that, and her look is not that hard to duplicate. I mean, there are a million girls out there that looked that way in the 80s, 90s, or whatever. She's not. She had her own style when she was on Suits, and I thought it looked good. But I don't get why someone would slick their hair back as much as they could with all kinds of grease and styling products and shit to accentuate, an aged face that's had multiple plastic surgeries with a really bad nose. I really don't get that. I think it looks, really She doesn't, she looks like Trailer Park trying to be Isabella Rossellini or something, the black version, even though she's not even black. Okay. I mean, she's what, a quarter? And her mother looks like a real fucking bitch. Okay. She might not be, but she doesn't look like a pleasant, nice, sweet, happy person that has goodness in her heart, soul, and mind. She looks like a conniving wretch that has all kinds of racist feelings. She's a lesbian. Okay. So, but if Meghan and Harry think that Andrew and Sarah Ferguson's shame and humiliation opens up a slot for a new royal couple to fill the void, they have another thing coming. Andrew and Fergie's popularity is quite rightly dropped off a cliff. You know, Fergie split from Andrew a long time ago, but suddenly, like, I'm supposed to be paying attention to her. And Andrew, like, when was he really doing anything notable for the world? And the rumors about Andrew and Epstein have been floating around for years, okay? Firstly, William is almost, okay, wait a minute. But if the Sussexes, I'll keep it there, think that they're at the top looking down from a lofty position in the hearts of the British public, they're deluded. But they are deluded. Firstly, William is almost certain to continue the current slimmed down monarchy of just 5 or 6 working royals, including Princess Anne and the always reliable Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, Prince Edward and Sophie. Yeah. It's so obvious that they all have a work ethic. That's just me. They're not the types to sit back and complain and bitch. I think that's pretty good. And everybody, since I can remember Princess Anne, she was sitting in the White House and hanging out with Nixon and all this crap. Or she and Charles were a guest at the White House in the 70s, and either that or the late 60s. She was like a fashion icon. And I think she was in Ladies' Home Journal. I mean, so there's that. Let me see. I'm just going to grab some water here. One sec. One moment. Okay, I apologize for that, guys. I really needed that. It is increasingly unlikely Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie will play any role going forward. Not that they are working royals right now. Anyway, no. There seems to be some bad mamba jamma going on with those girls. Every time I see pictures of them, there just seems to be tension. Eugenie is like huge again. Her husband has been married more than once, and he's brought kids into the whole marriage, and he apparently is doing something behind Beatrice's back. He's like stepping out on her. I mean, the whole thing just looks toxic and has a lot of toxic connections. Plus, I'm sure they still talk to their parents. That's another thing. How come it is that Beatrice and Eugenie still are tight with their parents despite all the bullshit, yet Meghan can't talk to Tom? That's just weird, you guys. Isn't that weird to you? It is to me. Oh God, I almost knocked my water down. Okay. Firstly, all right, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, Beatrice and Eugenie are out. Now, on the other hand, I'm sure that they are friends with William. I don't know if they socialize together right now. I mean, they might. But Catherine and William have their own group of people, and I don't know what that relationship is, but I know when they were kids, they grew up together. I'm sure they did a lot of things together. Um, I can tell you another thing. If those kids are gonna show up on the doorstep of Windsor Castle or wherever it is, or Clarence House, I'm not sure where King Charles and Queen Camilla. I'm just trying to be proper here. I'm not sure where they're living. I have read that they are still living in Clarence House, but working out of Buckingham Palace. I'm not sure about that. Maybe someone who knows could say. I did read that. Well, I mean, they made a home, and I did tour that, and I really enjoyed it. It was. I love that area of London. It's just absolutely love it. Um, okay. Now I had my mom. Now my mom did not. I think she had some beginning signs, perhaps, unfortunately, but she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's mid stage. We did have a brain exam done at Mayo. I haven't talked about it. It's very painful. The amyloid plaque was all over her body, and she just do what you want with that, and in her brain. And it was determined that based on the tissue samples, the disease probably started somewhere around 2015. I'm guessing it was before that where I noticed changes, and it sort of was hard for me. But this was in 2005. I toured Clarence House, and she was with me. And one of the things she kept saying was, and it was at that point where I noticed some like changes, and I did alert my other family members, and occasionally would say, I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? And she wasn't hearing. And that's why back in, I think it was 2018 or 19, I did a video, and everybody's like, why are you talking to your mom like that? And I didn't want to say, well, I'm doing the best I can with a parent that has problems. So just clear that up right away. I mean, I got insulted by people, and I said, well, for starters, she doesn't hear very well, and I have to repeat thoughts back to her constantly. So I kind of knew what she thought, but and then you go back and try to restate it, and that's where your issues come in. But she always pointed out to me more than once about Clarence House. She said, why are there pictures of William all over all over, or on his desk or table or something? And why aren't there any pictures of Prince Harry? Now, I said, well, let's not read too much into that, Mom. I didn't notice. But she did bring that up to me a few times. So it could be they were just moving pictures around when we were there. Secondly, Harry and Meghan's brand here's a good one. Harry and Meghan's brand of left-wing social wellness activism has been exposed. Well, I think that was exposed back in 2018 when she was cheering on a political referendum in Ireland concerning abortion, which I felt was right after getting married. Apparently, she was fake pregnant then, too, if you can imagine that. And she's cheer. Oh, whoa, right. Well, now look what's happened to that country. Huh? I said at the time. I said, yeah, you start killing off your own, then you're told this is a good thing, but you will find out it's not. So their brand of left-wing social wellness activism is no longer popular. I mean, if you guys aren't in the US, you might not know that, but she's always about 10 years behind in anything I've noticed, from her hair to her fashion, just everything. Her makeup, she's way too harsh. She wears way too much black eyeshadow, black everything. And here she is again. She is very heavy here and her face is very full. Let's not forget who her father is. Who's your daddy, Megan, right? Or call your daddy. And here she is, at least with 20 pounds on her. The pair rode the wave of woke. But people now realize the world's next real problems of war, poverty, polarization, and mass migration cannot be solved by the campus politics of correct pronouns and decrying 500-year-old colonialization. Or colonialization. I'm sorry, you guys spell it differently. Well, that's her mom, and that's her preacher. See, they brought it up, but they did it politely. It's called Black Liberation Theology. Why wasn't she down in Chicago with Michelle and Barack opening that library today or yesterday? Is that fucking something else too? You can bet Barack won't be at Trump's library opening, if there is one. I don't know. Who knows? Right now, the Sussexes offer no different meaningless platitudes. Is that a proper sentence? Than a Hollywood actor accepting an award and shouting, "We are all immigrants, or down with hate." Also, look at their UK-wide popularity. According to January 2026 poll by YouGov, only 31% of the UK have positive views on Harry, while that figure is just 19% for Meghan. Meanwhile, 60% view Harry negatively, and that rises to 66% for Meghan. Even Eugenie and Beatrice are more popular, and they flew to New York in 2009 to have lunch with pervert Epstein after his release from prison. That is weird. Oh my God, that is super weird. So if Harry and Meghan think the streets of Birmingham will be lined with well-wishers after they turn their back on the nation, they are stark raving bonkers. Well. Comments unavailable. Sorry, we are unable to accept comments about this article at this moment. I think that's telling you guys all you need to know. Well, here we go. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle dealt blow, as Britain will never forgive them. King Charles' major intervention to get Prince Harry, Meghan, and the children to the UK revealed. We'll go in this. I don't think I believe it. Here she is trying to be Diana again. Oh my God. There she is trying to be Catherine. Meghan Markle doesn't smile like that. Okay? She's just always stalking her next move. I've never seen her smile like that. That's a fake smile with a lot of Botox and fillers. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will bring their 2 children to the UK next month. It is understood the king helped facilitate the visit. Now, I don't believe this. This has been updated today. I don't feel like this is really going to happen. And if it does, they've got 2 actor kids, and they're going to put them on a plane, and they're going to behave perfectly for 5 minutes with that king and with Camilla, and then that's it. Or we'll see the back of their heads in some hotel room. Meghan will post it on Instagram. Harry will talk about them at Invictus or something. Meghan will try to grandstand as always. And then there'll be a later article after they get back saying there was a meeting with the king, even though there wasn't, and the king won't be able to say anything because what is he supposed? What would he do? Would he say, issue a press release, or have Buckingham Palace? Or they know they go by I don't know, the royal family on Twitter. They don't have separate accounts. So he's not going to do that. He's not going to say, hey man, Meghan's lying. I never saw these kids. That's exactly what has happened before. According to sources I've on X and Lady C and stuff like that, most kids never met him. It was a rumor going around. I mean, there was a rumor, and but he's not going to be able to say, "Hey, my son is lying. This never happened." It just is. You get my drift. It's not going to happen. Catherine and William aren't going to say a word. They're not going to say, wow, these 2 are so full of shit. They were never there. No. They can't say anything. So I don't know where this comes from. King Charles offered to help cover the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's security arrangements when they return. It is claimed. Who claimed that? Here she is trying to do a Princess Diana pose again. She never looked like this before she married Harry. She looked totally different. She was posed in sexy poses with sexy clothes on. She had light hair. She had highlights and a better hairstyle. Now she wears these dark wigs, dark extensions, because she's competing with Kate Middleton. I know it's Catherine. I don't understand, slick. Look at this right here. This is not the face of a young woman that's a vibrant young mother with a 5-year-old girl. I don't know what she was trying to do here. I don't know if William is furious. Let's go back. So, okay, he's like, yeah, you come back with those kids. I'll pay for an armed guard. Like they can afford to pay for someone. He's long decried the decision to downgrade. Harry has long decried the decision to downgrade his security after he quit as a senior moved to the U.S. with his family. Well, He had one, whatever. You see what I'm saying? This just is the same crap. Does AI write this stuff? I'm pretty sure it does. He won a legal case to have his police protection reinstated when he visits the UK. Harry said the outcome meant it was not safe to bring his family back because he couldn't guarantee their safety. Oh, he lost a legal case. This is so hilarious. Just Harry. However, the monarch is said to have intervened and offered his own resources to ensure the safety of his family of four. See, they're stating it. It's duper slight. He has a family of four. No, he doesn't. Okay, so now they have a bombshell plan to humiliate William. Okay. See, this is AI. In December, it was claimed that Harry's access to security, whatever, was under review. No change has been made. A government spokesperson said UK government's protective security system is rigorous and proportionate. It is our long-standing policy not to provide detailed information on these arrangements, as doing so could compromise their integrity and affect the individual's scrutiny. Now, it's hilarious. I mean, I think they are up to absolutely no good. I really do. And she's about 5'5.5", pretends that she's about 5'11", and poses that way and hunches over and looks up. And just fucking weird chick. Well, we've got this one. Are they going to meet King Charles, though? I mean, she's already met him. We'll see. And I don't know that we will ever see the truth. Here he is with a headpiece on, with a rug on, or AI intervention. Here we have to look at pictures. She's got this algo so wrapped up, man. They could be set for a fresh wave of humiliation when they make their bombshell return. How is it a bombshell? I mean, I don't know. They are expected. The Duke and Duchess are expected to bring their two children, Archie and Lilibet. Princess Lilibet. Prince Archie. That is just duper's delight, just throwing it in our face and taking like a big, huge cake and just smashing it in. Big, huge mud pie. Harry and Meghan will travel from California with their children when the couple return to attend celebrations, making the 1-year countdown to next year's Invictus Games. It's not even happening. It's a 1-year countdown rally. It came after reports claimed that the king would deal with part of Prince Harry's armed protection. But now a royal commentator has claimed that it's not just the Sussex couple should be worried about, not just security, but public perception. Yeah. Ooh, that's your big girl. Lee Cohen, a U.S.-based columnist, royal foreign policy commentator, told The Spectator a return for Meghan Markle, if it actually happens, could drop like a lead balloon with the British public. She torched her bridges in her husband's homeland, above all, it seems, through the couple's contact toward the late Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip in their final years. Many in Britain and throughout the globe who cherish the late Queen and her husband will neither forget nor forgive. He criticized the couple for tying the Birmingham countdown to a family spectacle, which allegedly pulls the focus away from the veterans. Of course it will. Mr. Cohen said if Meghan does step back into British soil with the children, polite endurance is the best reception she could possibly hope for. The bridges were burned and dynamited. He claimed that Harry and Meghan's unforgivable behavior against Britain and the Crown could be hard to counter. Um, and then there's a poll. It goes on. Britain will surely support genuine service veterans. However, it is under no obligation to provide the stage, the security, or the forgiveness to a couple who rejected, disparaged, and now needs it once more. The public will make its own call if and when the moment arrives. Yeah, I don't know what she's looking for. Harry previously expressed his hopes of bringing his children from the U.S., but insisted that it's too dangerous amid his legal fight over his UK security. Eh, eh. What date is this? But if the Duke reportedly has been assured that adequate security provisions will be in place. Can you imagine? Like, that's such bullshit. His kids are out and about or William's kids are. Harry and William were. Harry previously expressed his hopes of bringing his children from the U.S., but he insisted it was too dangerous. I said that already. But the Duke has reportedly been assured. Okay, I said that. But it's not yet known whether the king will meet his youngest grandchildren during their stay. See? You'll see a picture of the back of a head. And, well, it's just way too dangerous. But why did you get out and playing with them and come on over? Okay. So it sounds like bullshit. Maybe not. I don't see it happening. So we'll read a few of the comments. Markle insulted and disrespected the late Queen. She caused major damage and suffering to staff, putting some of them into therapy. She called the country racist. She insulted and bullied. I don't know how that can be. I really don't. She insulted and bullied a palace gardener so severely that the late Queen had to admonish her. She hates the country and we hate her. Does it get any clearer than that? None of them, including their children, people think they actually have kids, are welcome. This is merely a PR stunt to get the king to open his wallet to rescue a sinking ship. Really, she has to get rid of that stock, man. That shit's going to expire soon. They fool no one. They should be totally ignored by the public. I'm wondering, is some of this food getting ready to expire? That's not going to stay good forever, and then they're shipping it out? Or is she just repackaging it, which is possible? It could be coming from some factory, and then they repackage it and ship it out, do sort of like the logistics for her. I don't think she has a specific factory making that crap food. And it just doesn't look good. Her presentation is about 10 years behind. Wouldn't you say? Maybe 20. In this age of new healthy eating. It's very popular. I mean, shit, it's popular in the damn hood, for God's sakes. You don't believe. I went shopping at my organic place. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got extra virgin olive oil, pesto, pasta. I mean, I'm making it myself. Lettuce, tomatoes, celery, fish. Yeah, no one's into ordering jelly. Harry really is struggling that he is irrelevant. As for his wife, Markle, she was never relevant, just two plebes living in California. They think they are supposed to forget everything they have said and done over the last 6 years. We are just supposed to welcome them back like nothing ever happened. Are they delusional? Maybe they will rent a crowd. Yes, they will. They will hire rent a crowd to make it look like they are popular after the fiasco in Switzerland. Oh, they have to do rent a crowd people and put them in that stadium yelling, wow. And they have to pipe in noise. Very simple. Always done. God, they do it at Packer games, for God's sakes. If the crowd is quiet. Good, truthful article for a change. They won't ever be forgiven, nor will we ever forget. Precisely. Well, we may be able to get a good laugh out of their visit if they do come over, because they are so predictable that we know the kind of speeches they will probably make, how they will behave in front of an audience, and how they will possibly look from a fashion point of view. That's true. Overall, I suspect could be very well the same old stuff wheeled out again that sadly does not convince any of us of sincerity. I'm thinking that's probably it. Okay, wonder how many UK clothes she will ask to wear to showcase and sell on her invested website. Hope these UK companies have refused. No, they won't be able to, because they'll be called racist. Don't you get it? Harry and Meghan appear, in fact, to be using Harry's children, he doesn't have any kids, to force a reconciliation with the royal family. It's not going to happen. Also doing so in public, that I believe there is a financial motivation in doing so, that perhaps more media content, as previously with Netflix, in the unlikely event that King Charles gets involved. That isn't going to help Harry and Meghan in terms of King Charles won't get involved with that shit. Popularity. That ship has sailed. Harry and Meghan using Harry's children in such a public way also to factor as emotional blackmail and Harry's security isn't fair on Harry's children. He doesn't have any kids. Wow. As a lot of Harry and Meghan have done to so-called protect them, which has only made things worse for them. Well, they don't exist. I mean, this is sort of like what kind of gets me. Quite frankly, that daughter looks almost just like the fake kid of Erica Kirk. We will never forgive or forget. No amount of apologies would make us change our minds about these two. They reap what they sow. Karma's been slow, but now it's coming in the bucket loads. Okay. I think Meghan also had people in the crowd at Astor to heckle William and Catherine. I really do. Prince William's epic reaction after stranger shouts up the villa at him. Now, I think that because I've seen a lot of these over the years, and I've seen Diana, I don't think people are normally there to heckle anyone from the royal family. I really don't quite understand that. I've never heard it before. Maybe I just have been out of it, but it seems to be forced into my world of a few social media accounts, and now this article here. And I feel though it's intentional again that Meghan messes with the algo. I know you guys say, "Oh, I think you're crazy." No, I don't think I am. I really don't. I think she does. This is what they do all day. They, for example, with Harry and going to that basketball game, they they saw it was popular, so they had to get him involved. Their agents do this. He was walking around with a person that said photo on their back. Why is that? Because he was being photographed for his website, his papers, whatever. Well, he looked like shit. So they probably won't be able to use those unless they touch them up. When you're a royal, you're bound to encounter all sorts of public reactions. William recently delivered the perfect response to a stranger who called out to him. This week, Prince William was seen at Royal Ascot along with his wife, Princess Catherine, Princess Kate, and a wonderful moment unfolded as they engaged with spectators. The moment was posted on Instagram by Kingsguard Tours, and the royal couple appeared magnificent as they sat in the carriage. However, when onlookers began discussing football with the prince, it triggered quite an exchange, and observers have been utterly impressed by the future king. Okay, so they were joking about a football team. Okay. I get it. Uh, okay. I'm going to end it. I've got to go outside brief. I don't know what that's about. I have to go outside briefly, and hoping that you guys have a good weekend. I'll see if I can get anything back. I wanted to go over these X accounts, but it is getting just a little late. I might do that later. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're doing well.